Thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. I hope someday I will make the first dollar that matters to me. I'm not making any money from this YouTube channel yet. The other day, I just got paid by YouTube for the very first time and it's crazy, and thank you guys so much for watching all my videos. I started this channel 4 months ago, and after one of my videos took off, I grew 20,000 subscribers in just 1 month. Although it might look like everything happened so quickly, this is actually my 4th time trying YouTube, and I did learn a lot along the way. So today I want to talk about how to start and grow your channel from 0 to 20,000 subscribers. This video is gonna be a full course that covers from planning to publishing your video, and it's packed with great tips that I wish I knew when I started a YouTube channel. So I hope you're gonna stick with me until the very end of the video. In addition, I created a free worksheet for you. You can get it from the description below, and you can fill in and take notes while watching this video. Okay, let's get started. Before I share all the tips with you, I want to clarify one thing. This is the most important tips that I'm going to talk about today, and it is to upload your first 5 videos. This means you're gonna upload your first video and then you're gonna post 4 more videos consistently afterwards. Being consistent is not just for the algorithm. It's actually more for you to have a set schedule and have your motivation going. Even though I do think it's ideal to post 1 video per week, if you can't, you can definitely post every other week, or you can find any other schedule that works the best for you. Okay, now that you have your posting schedule, let's talk about niche. I think the most common advice you hear on the internet is to niche down. I'm actually not a huge fan of niching down from the beginning unless you're trying to build a very educational channel. In the beginning, you don't even know what you're good at making, so I feel like niching down from the very beginning can limit your potential to blow up, and also it's gonna limit what you can create. In the first 5 to 10 videos, just try out everything and kind of test out what you're good at making, what you enjoy making, what the audience likes, and what kinds of topics works the best for you. I just mentioned how niching down from the beginning is probably not the best idea, but it might be helpful for you to get some ideas of what kind of audience you want to attract. Here are the questions that you can ask yourself that might help you find your audience. The first question is, who are your favorite YouTubers? Once your channel gets a certain level, you can actually check top channels that your subscribers are watching. And I was surprised to see that my favorite channels and my subscribers' favorite channels are pretty much identical, and it's probably the case for many content creators. Writing down your favorite YouTubers is a great way to find out who you are and what you like, and it's very important to figure that out if you want to grow your channel. Question number 2 is, what are the dream brands that you want to work with in the future? This is another great question to find your audience because each brand has a clear target audience. Plus, if you want to work with them, it needs to make sense for their products to be naturally integrated into your videos. Try to keep your dream brands in mind when you're planning your content. This is gonna help you target the same audience as your favorite brands. Plus, it's actually very exciting to think about your future collaborations with your dream brands, and this is like a great motivational boost as well. Another tip when it comes to picturing your audience is to think about your demographics. For example, I live in Japan, and although my channel is not all about Japan, it is easier for me to attract people who have some interests in Japan. Where you live can be a great character of yours, so definitely try to take advantage of that. Now you have some ideas about audience, let's come out with topic ideas. 2 questions that can help you find great topic are, what's one thing that you can really speak with confidence? And what are the things that you want to teach your past self? I think the reason why my I Quit video blew up is because I literally just went through that experience recently, and I was able to talk about everything with confidence. Plus, all the lessons I shared in the video are the things that I wish I had known when I was younger. If you have multiple ideas, that's great. Definitely try to write them down somewhere. I actually have idea dump page on Notion, so that's where I kind of dump whatever ideas that I might have, and I can go through that whenever I'm stuck with ideas. Don't spend more than 1 hour from deciding your posting schedule to here, because remember, the most important thing is for you to upload your first video and post consistently afterwards. Don't overthink, don't over prepare. Okay, the next step might be boring, but it's actually very important. Let's do research to make sure that there is audience for the topic that you're trying to create a video about. So I usually go to YouTube first and I search the topic idea I have. If your interest is to get some views, I would stick to a topic that has at least one video with over 1 million views, ideally published in the last year or two. I also use search engine, of course, to do some research, and I literally search the most random things like Hulk easy drawing, Hulk cute, which I actually think turned out cute, so make sure to check the video out if you haven't, alphabet pasta, loophole, and probably more things that I rather not to disclose here. And that is why I use NordVPN to keep my secrets. NordVPN makes your digital world safer for everyone. It increases your privacy, security, and freedom with just a few clicks. NordVPN is more than just a VPN. It's a cybersecurity pack that makes your digital life safer, and that's what makes NordVPN special. It can protect you from dangerous websites, ads, malware, and password attacks, which I unfortunately having a victim of before. With NordVPN, I can lower the risk of getting hacked, and I can turn on dark web monitor to get notification as soon as they find my data on any underground hacker websites. Another amazing feature is how they can increase your freedom online. When I was traveling in Europe, I wanted to read this article by a Japanese company, which I couldn't access because of my location. I can now choose my location from 5,000 servers in 59 countries. So I can pretty much access anything from anywhere. And this means you can watch anime and Japanese TV shows that are only available in Japan wherever you are. Click my link in the description below to get exclusive NordVPN deal with 4 bonus month on top. Apparently, their other marketing channels are promoting 0 bonus month. So if you're interested in VPN, definitely take advantage of this. It's risk-free with 30-day money-back guarantee, and you signing up is gonna help me grow this channel as well. Now let's talk about what types of video you want to create. I think there are 2 types of video that you want to consider creating: search-based videos and suggested videos. Search-based videos are the ones that basically bring in new subscribers. Those are the videos that solve your problems, like those how-to videos or X tips or X things I learned in my 20s. Suggested videos are the ones that YouTube recommends you when you're browsing on YouTube. In my case, this is what I eat in a day videos, morning routines, and daily life vlogs kind of videos, because you usually don't really search morning routine, or at least I wouldn't. Now let's decide how many of which types of video you want to create in a month. My suggestion is to make 3 search-based videos and 1 nurturing video. Many people tend to focus on search-based videos only, but I do think creating nurturing video from the beginning is very important, because this is a great opportunity for you to show your personality, which is a great way to connect with your subscribers. Another tip I want to mention here is to create contents that you want to create from the very beginning. Some people might think it's a good idea to post educational contents to grow the channel in the beginning and then turn the channel into a vlogging channel maybe. But it's actually very difficult to make a big shift like that. Do make sure to squeeze in those contents that you really want to create. Okay, now let's get into part 2 of this video. It's time to get into production phase. Everyone's workflow is different, but this is a simplified version of my production workflow. You're gonna write script, plan B-rolls, film, edit, create thumbnail, finalize and test title and thumbnail, and upload. The very first step of my production starts with scripting. My scripting process looks like this. I write down a tentative title, intro, and then I'm gonna write down main points that I want to talk about in this video. From there, I work on each paragraph. I like to write down everything that I'm planning to mention in the video, even though when I film I kind of freestyle here and there. When When I'm working on my script, one thing that I really focus on is storytelling. And you don't have to have a crazy episode to tell a great story, because I believe stories are everywhere in our daily life. Here's some very easy tips to improve your storytelling. Tip number 1 is to set a scene. Try to make it easy for the viewers to visualize where you are in the story. For example, instead of starting a sentence with "when I was a student," you can say something like, "It's summer of 2020 and I'm lying in my bed of a dark college dorm room." Of course, I wouldn't do this for every paragraph because it can be too much, but it is a great tip to remember. Tip number 2 is to think about your story in 3 structures: normal, explosion, and new normal. It's very simple. Normal is how things are now. Explosion means something happens. New normal is how different things are. In other words, how you adjust it into your new lifestyle after the explosion happens. And the explosion doesn't have to be something crazy or abnormal. You can even use this structure in daily vlog or pretty much any videos that you're going to create. For example, so instead of saying "I'm gonna have a green smoothie now," you can say, "I bought this green powder the other day and I made a smoothie with it for the very first time. I'm actually kind of nervous to drink it because I heard it's great for health, but it does taste kind of bad. So let's see how it goes." Okay, it's actually not as bad as I thought, and I can definitely see myself drinking this every day. Okay, once I'm done with scripting, I'm gonna plan some B-rolls that match with my script. So I have this B-roll section that I created on my Notion, and I'm gonna copy and paste my script on this side, and I'm gonna write down B-roll shot ideas on the right side. I do use footage from my past and sometimes like free copyrighted videos for B-rolls, but I do try my best to plan and shoot original B-rolls for each video. Okay, now we have our script and b-rolls, it's time to film. So when it comes to equipment, pretty much all my videos have footage from both my iPhone 12 and Sony ZV-10. For microphone, I use this Rode microphone the most, but I started with recording voiceovers on my iPhone. If this is your first time making YouTube videos, I highly recommend you to try with iPhone first. It's very easy to film, most of the iPhones have great qualities, and it's easy to edit afterwards. I'm gonna put all the equipment that I use in my description in case you're interested. Lighting is very important when you're filming, and to be honest, natural light is the best kind of light. This is one of my favorite spots to film this kind of talking head videos. I have windows on this side, so I have natural lights coming in from this side, and I have sliding doors in this side, and I usually close them so that I can shut down some sharp lights coming in from the other window. It definitely helps when it comes to reducing noise. At the end of my filming day, I usually shoot thumbnail. So what I like to do is to shoot my thumbnail on video format, but I still pose so that it's easier for me to turn it into picture later when I'm editing. Let's get into part 3 of this video, which is post-production. Now we have all the footage, it's time to edit. So your editing workflow can look like this. You're gonna do rough cuts, you're gonna add music, add text, fix audio, and color correct. Your very first step is to do rough cuts, where you cut out all the mistakes, and you can absolutely do this manually, but now I use an AI editing software called Gling AI. They pretty much do rough cuts for you automatically, and you can download the file as XML file and import it into your timeline on your editing software. I use DaVinci Resolve free version, but I started with iMovie, and sometimes I use CapCut as well. It did take some time for me to learn DaVinci Resolve, and I'm still learning, so if this is your first time edit, I highly recommend you start from iMovie or CapCut. After importing my timeline, I go to the very beginning of the video, and I like to add music, text, and transition kind of at the same time. Okay, first let's talk about music. I highly recommend you to use the official YouTube audio library. And in order to do that, you need to create your YouTube channel, go to YouTube Studio and click Audio Library. Pretty much all the YouTube channels you see that claim to be YouTube Audio Library are not the official audio library. Everything in the YouTube Audio Library is free and most of them don't require credit. So my favorite way to search music is to choose calm and romantic for the mood. For genre, I usually go for ambient, classical, or jazz and blues. Here are some of my favorite artists and favorite songs from the YouTube Audio Library. When it comes to fonts, I recommend you to choose around 3 fonts that you want to use for the entire video to make the whole video kind of cohesive. I only use 3 fonts and here are some of my favorites. These are kind of like my basic fonts, and on top of that, I like to use one font that has kind of uniqueness. Okay, next step is to fix audio. When it comes to audio, you don't want to make it too loud or too small. I usually try to keep my voiceover around -9 dB and my background music around -30 dB to -35 dB. Color correction is definitely not necessary and it takes time to learn. But in case you're interested, here are some easy tips. If you're shooting with iPhone, your footage might be a little bit too oversaturated, so try to lower your saturation a little bit. I usually use 1 LUT for the entire video. LUT is basically like a filter. I usually apply it very thinly, around 0.2 to 0.3 to all my clips. Okay, so now you're done with editing your video, so let's export it, and in the meantime, let's create thumbnail. I like to use the same style and fonts for my thumbnail so that my viewers know that it is my video, and it saves a lot of time for you too. I use Canva to edit my thumbnails. I like to make the background a little bit darker so that it really makes the words pop. I usually have multiple thumbnail ideas, so I just make them and test to see which one is the best. I go to test my thumbnails to see which thumbnail and title combo looks the best. I think this is a great way to make sure that your thumbnail is high quality enough because you're gonna be able to preview your thumbnail next to thumbnails of famous YouTubers. For the title, I usually pick one thing that I really want to emphasize. My title used to be so long because I wanted to mention so many things. I used to say like morning routine in the countryside of Japan, shot by iPhone. That's too much information, right? Do you want to emphasize the shot by iPhone or do you want to emphasize the morning routine in Japan? It's a little bit too much. So try to keep one thing that you want to emphasize and try to keep it simple. Once your video is ready, it's time to upload it on YouTube. And in the meantime, you can write description. Just keep it simple. You can literally just copy and paste my description. 2 things I definitely include in my description are email address so that brand can reach out to me if they're interested in collaboration, and 2, my Instagram so that you guys can maybe follow me on Instagram as well. And now your first video is ready to go live. Part 4. Repeat, but make it better. Once you uploaded 5 videos, I would usually look at which video performed the best and try to create a video related to the topic. Because if you're gonna gain subscribers, it's very important that your viewers are watching multiple videos of your channel. It's kind of like creating TV series. It's really fun and it helps you not to run out of your ideas as well. I hope today's video was helpful. I'm a little bit worried that I put too much information, but let me know in the comment below. Also, I'm debating if I should make how much YouTube paid me video because as I said, I just received my first YouTube check. Would you be interested in watching this? Let me know in the comment below. Thank you again NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to sign up for my link while the exclusive deal lasts. Thank you guys so much for watching this video until the very end. I'm gonna talk to you in the comment section as usual, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye!